Hi, my name's Ronnie. Today I'm going to help you out with some difficult pronunciation. If you don't have P or F as separate letters in your alphabet, so I know if you're from Korea or Japan, or a lot of Asian countries, your language doesn't have a separate P or F. So, I'm here to teach you how to say them. Yay! So, the first one we're going to go through is P. When you want to make the P sound, you're going to press your top and your bottom lips together, and you're going to push the air out of your mouth. So just practice trying to go. Is voiceless, which means it does not vibrate in your throat when you go. There is no vibration in your throat. So just try that to practice the sound. Good. The next one that we're going to contrast this with is the word or the letter F. This is a beaver. A beaver is an animal that lives in North America. And on the back of our 5-cent coin in Canada, we have a beaver. The beaver is also the national animal of Canada. So if you get a chance, you can come to Canada and search for beavers. And you can eat beaver tails. Oh yeah. So, to make the F sound, I like to tell you to act like a beaver. What's significant about a beaver is it has very, very big front teeth. So, when you want to make the F sound, I call them your beaver teeth. Stick out your beaver teeth and make sure they go over your bottom lip. So you're going to look like this. Beaver face. Good. Okay. So, with your beaver face, you're going to be able to now pronounce the sound. When you make the sound, the air comes over your bottom lip and out your mouth. So it's like, this one, your teeth must be inside your mouth. This is, and this is. You don't have to put your entire chin or mouth. Don't eat your chin. It's a slight exaggeration for the beaver teeth, but it's more like, if your teeth rest on top of your lip, that's good. Because you don't want to be walking around going, people might think you're strange. So, we're going to contrast, which means fight, with the P and the F. So, the first word we have for P is pan. Pan. A pan is something that you can use to cook with. It's very shallow. We say a lot of times that it is a fry pan. So a fry pan we would cook eggs or bacon in. In contrast to the P sound, we have fan. A fan is a machine that looks like a flower, or an air ventilator. What it does is you turn it on and it moves all the air around in your house or in your room. We use these a lot in the summertime because it's very hot in Toronto. And the fan pushes the air and cools you down. So we have pan and fan. Pan, fan. Don't forget your beaver teeth. The next word we have is pace. Pace. Pace means the rate at which you move. For example, if I was a runner, I'm not a runner. If I was a runner, I would have to keep a steady pace, so my movement would be timed perfectly. The next word we have that sounds like this is face. Everyone has a face. So, oh, I can draw a picture of a face. Yay! I am such a good artist. Can you tell? My beaver. So, this is a face, and this is pace. Pace, face. Let's do the next one, under the P. This is the word pat. 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 Pat has two meanings. The first one is a person's name. It can be male or female. If it's female, it's Patricia, and if it's male, it's Patrick. But we shorten it and say pat. The second one is a verb. The verb pat means to touch an animal. So I can pat the cat. A lot of the times we say pet the cat, but it also means pat the cat, to touch it. We have another name. This is only for men, and this name is Pete. Pete. So we have Pat and Pete. And the last one in the P category is put. Put we use in so many different ways. It's so hard for me to tell you just one example of the word put. But for example, I can give you one. I can say put on. It means to wear. So I put on my clothes. The F words. Oh, not the bad F word. But some F words are fat. Santa Claus is very fat. Artist. Yay! Fat. Okay? Then we have feet. Feet. Feet are always plural. Wow. I think I should go to art school. And feet are the things at the bottom of your legs. And we always have to speak about both of them, our feet. Singularly, we say foot. So foot is singular, it means one. I can draw 1 foot, maybe. Oh. That's a very small foot. It's very nice. And feet are always 2. Let's draw. Oh, I can draw cartoon feet. Here we go. So, you have to remember that feet is plural and foot is singular. So, feet, foot. So, let's go back where we left off. We have pat, fat. Pat, fat. Then we have Pete, Pete, and feet. Pete, feet. Next one we have is the word put, put, and the singular of feet, foot. Put, foot. I hope you had a pleasurable time and were fascinated by learning the pronunciation of P and F. Go to EngVid if you would like to comment. Bye!